Of course, at the start of every single update, the game devs decide to bombard you with a patch notes prompt, and oh my god. Let's be honest, no one is reading all that. No, they touched. So there's basically a new lobby with, for some reason, the many special bosses in the middle of the map. Pretty cool lobby, which is, Halloween themed, and overall I would have to give it a 7 out of 10. And especially there's this huge clock that basically says when the next event is going to be released with a timer. What's also pretty good is that behind it there's like an eclipse or an apocalypse sign behind the clock in the building in the sky. And yes, there is a Halloween chest to open. Yes, I did spend like $8,000 of my savings just to get this graveyard farm. And heading into this building, you will find the door that leads to this.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Okay, that was a joke. It actually leads into this big open room that appears to be used for plays, which is basically what it is. And this is where the main confusion begins. Immediately you will spot these pedestals that appear to be supporting a stone statue. Approaching each of the pedestals will basically just give you a prompt of Act 1, 2, and 3, and each comes after one another in a timely release date. You may also spot other podiums in the room, but these aren't acts, or as you can say, holiday challenges or whatever, but they are the rewards instead. For completing Act 1, you claim the Pumpkin Shoulder UGC, yeah, that's what it is, Executioner Helmet UGC, and then finally an Executioner Axe, but this one says it's unavailable, so we'll probably come back to that in the following days. But all around the room there's UGCs for completing certain acts to redeem, but the first act or statue cannot be accessed until tomorrow, so not gonna lie, she ain't that pretty. So let me be honest with you all real quick. Accessing the first act was a complete disaster. Firstly, a prompt would come up saying that no one completed the first act, so therefore all members who didn't complete the first act will be kicked, which is pretty much everyone. It's like saying because you didn't complete the tutorial of the game, the game you have never played before, and a tutorial is pretty much a guide to help you how to play. You can't play the rest of the game even though the tutorial won't even let you play. That doesn't make any sense, like what? But anyway, after this error, it actually didn't work. Spoiler, it kicks me out because we don't have permission to play in this area. And hey,
check this out.
We actually can play now. So these waves are pretty not too difficult, which is a good thing since we get a decent amount of money and these enemies aren't too bad. There's pumpkin UGCs, Groots, ghosts, and then a bunch of other stuff. And then finally a
Honestly,
monster.
if I saw that damn thing in my living.
And then we lost. But then the game stuff wasn't working again, so I didn't capture this footage, but believe me, we couldn't play for like 10 minutes, but we're back in the game. After defeating the first stage, the world gets pulled into the Dragon to Hell style, and then a cutscene plays out, which confuses me so much. Also, the audio is really bugged and basically plays over each other.
I can buy you some time now, but you need to get out of here.
And then houses ascend to the surface because why the hell not? And then the second stage begins with all our units deleted, but we get them refunded with a bonus amount of money. And this is where things become a tiny bit more challenging. We're killing civilians or citizens modern warfare style, and also some knights appear with some giant guards. We get a lot more money, so this isn't really that bad. And then surprisingly on wave 16, the final boss appears, not a mini boss, the actual final boss for some reason, which kind of makes sense since there's 3 acts and this took nearly a month, I believe. Off the top of my head, I don't know, that's just a blank theory to create, so they had to speed these up in my opinion. This guy is the Executioner with 1.3 million HP. Okay, that was a joke, thank God. With 20,000 HP, the Executioner is what the narrator calls him, the antagonist, or what he did in the script. So we need to stop him from getting to the end of reaching Umbra? I think that's her name. Okay, let me be honest. What kind of name is Umbra? I'm just gonna call her bitch and her friend Simp. After we slay him, another cutscene ambushes us, and of course the audio is fucked up. And that's it. It's not much of a reward, but hey, some pumpkin tokens will be needed, so I guess that's fine. And that's it. See you in 2 days for the next act. There seems to be no problems with matchmaking, so this may be a turning point. Alright, let's begin. So, I would be lying my ass off if I were to imply or state that this act was not that hard, or at least not as difficult as something like Polluted Wasteland or something. But let's just say this. This act is hard. Not hardcore hard, but I mean to say it is fucking difficultly hard. But let's get to the first point. We have our standard pumpkins and ghosts, but with some skeletons that join the grinder.
I don't need to be body shamed.
Everything seems to be not that bad, but then wave 7 hits. We have, unfortunately, our first flying enemy, the witch. This rascal is a total pain. If you don't have any explosive or any units that can target flying, then you pretty much lost. But these witches are quite hefty with 200 plus HP, and well, it can go Usain Bolt when they are in the front of the line. But not only that, they have a potion that they can toss at their enemy teammates nearby. The green potion basically increases enemy size with their HP, so she basically turns enemies with barely any health to literal tanks, and basic tanks can turn to literal titans. Don't worry, it's temporarily for like 5 seconds or something like that, but the timing when she drops that potion and where the enemies are on the map and path makes the situation extremely dire. But don't worry, after that wave, literal skeleton giant spawn with 1000 HP, and that's when they around come out. Wave 10 occurs, and just like Act 1, there is a cutscene, but surprisingly, the audio is fixed. Wow, I did not see that coming. But it doesn't even matter because there is no dialogue, and it is a very short of a cutscene. Okay, who is this Power Ranger wannabe over here? And what is that costume? It's like so bad I'm dead. Of course, the world gets sucked under again, and then stage 2 hits. Okay, let me be honest. This was the hardest part in the entire part of this entire holiday thing. Like, it is very difficult. I am not capping. Wave 10 seems easy and not so bad literally at first, but then literally the next wave, wave 11, we get a boss fight. This guy may seem easy with low HP, but after his defeat, a bolt of lightning appears from the sky. But we're indoors, and the Frankie dude comes back to life. That's right, you literally need to kill this bastard twice. And the next waves get more challenging with more enemies, and well, those Frankie dudes get spammed. So yeah, this is where many of my attempts failed, and this is where the Ranger, the newly tower that was balanced or whatever, his power was very well much needed. You see, the Ranger was able to eliminate the escaping enemies, witches, and any enemies that were either strong or fast with very little effort. Also, I forgot to mention, these guys' attack radiuses was literally the whole map. Like, I'm not even capping. Like, literally, this is the whole map range without even a DJ. But he is 5,000, so that's a bad thing. Wave 13, we've got clowns that are fast and tanky and increase units rate of fire. Here on wave 15, we got another boss fight, and it's the Demon, the giant hot Cheeto who is also tanking with 3,000 HP, and when you kill them, that's it. Oh wait, no, he gives birth to a bunch of fast fuckers that are tanky and well fast. Don't worry, the demon also gets banned after this match. This is where real shit gets real. So many enemies with tanks get witch buffs, slow down your troops, rate of fire, spawn fast fuckers, and this goes on for like 3 waves. Wait, what? It's not that hard for you?
Bring it, pussy!
Let's add a furry who goes faster than dads when the gas prices drops by 2 cents. In the same wave on 18, there's another boss fight. We have the Reaper, basically a tanky necromancer.
Stop struggling, it makes it so much easier.
Fucking hell. Actually, it's not that bad because on wave 19, all of the bosses with enemies just get spammed, and it goes on for like 3 minutes. Also, by the way, there's 2 Reapers that wave. You know what? Fuck this.
I'm gonna leave now. Okay, I'm gone. See you later.
Finally, after God knows how long it's been, let's look at the time. Oh wait, would you look at that? It's 2 fucking AM and this is still going on. And we reach the final wave. First off, here's enemies and bosses that get spammed, nothing different there. And we have the actual final boss. Yes, I am not lying this time. And this time we have, wait, what was his name again? I forgot actually. Okay. His name is the Jacobot. Okay, what is really that's his name? Like, why not something like Lantern Automaton or something like that? Or this abomination of a junkyard at Walmart has 500,000 HP and is, thank God, extremely slow. But that's not saying it's simple, because the fucking enemies with all bosses get spammed for like 2 minutes with constant furries and reapers with Franks, Cheetos, and everything else, making it even more tedious. I lost so many times at this stage and even waves before this one. This just is really fucking hard. But after getting rid of the tsunami of nuisances, we got the man. He's got 2 abilities, a machine gun and diarrhea gas bombs. They both stun your troops, and he spams those like every 10 seconds and even before you kill the enemies. So yeah, a total pain. And so a medic is highly required here. After we defeated Optimus Prime, a dialogue from the narrator comes up which pretty much explains nothing. Well, that's probably because I don't just get it. And that's it. Also, at this time, I realized that all the UGCs weren't claimed by beating the act, but were claimed with RNG. Are you In this new world or reality dimension of some sort, we have the final act, Act 3. Without any further ado, let's begin! Already the map looks like it got heavy inspiration from Fortnite's Chapter 2 Season 5's or whatever middle loot landing design, and overall looks very wrecked Battlefield-ish. We start with 4.1 thousand cash, not nearly enough to place an accelerator down, but I guess that's okay. The first enemy is actors for some reason, and they already have a hefty amount of HP, so there's that. I lost the first game easily, and also the second, then decided to take the turret because why not? They did really well with damage and attack radius. Good job, very good deal. Then wave 2 hits and we have to kill civilians once again. Wave 4 we have our favorite knights that come spamming, stunning troops that are just terrible in hindsight all the time. And then on wave 6 and higher we get our giant knight guards or whatever that are back in the game. At this point, there's these walls that you can rebuild to make the enemies travel longer to the center, which I guess is a pretty cool concept. And then there's giant spotlight towers on the edges of the map that seem to be able to light enemies on fire, Ant Bully style. And around wave 9ish, the flying douchebags are back, but thank God it's not the witches, thankfully. But it's these flying voodoo things, and well, are not too fast and thankfully are somewhat weak. Then all of a sudden my teammate starts to fly and I thought he was the second coming of the god. but it turns out that there are these transparent purple clouds around the map, and that's where you can place your cliff units, thank god, or just whatever. Wave 10 arrives, and the once good narrator says that you should be dead, then questions if you're using an ad blocker, and decides to solve this problem, as in you, by sending in the executioner who we've kicked their ass back in Act 1. Don't worry, this guy has 5,000 HP, so he's literally not even a challenge. A bunch of random stuff happens after Wave 10 with more spam and new enemies. We have a giant enemy spider and then a magician for some reason. And surprisingly, on Wave 14, the final boss is here, or bosses, I should say.
Not another one?
Two giant white gloved hands that both have 500,000 HP.
I won't touch you, I swear.
And then we lost. It turns out that you're supposed to use these spotlights on these guys, but like there was no mention about these spotlights and what they even did. So here's an intermission of some sort. I spent 7 hours non-stop playing. Yes, I did sleep for like 7 hours, but collectively for today and yesterday, 7 hours playing and losing this act. This was twice as much time than what I had originally spent in Act 2. I had bad teammates who left early, didn't place anything, and some who literally placed down cowboys. Yes, that is my team. And also the amount of bugs in this act was insane. From the freezer being able to permanently glue the enemies, I guess that's the only time he's gonna be S tier or even like C tier at that point. And the hand bosses not even having a hitbox for the spotlights. This act was just such a pain with so many bugs, and for whatever reason they nerfed this game mode so many times and for whatever reason buffed it or something. But really, I highly despise this one level, but eventually after so much bullshit, the impossible happened. Wave 14 hit us again like my sleep paralysis, sick dance moves, and we managed to finally defeat Act 3. After what, like 2 days? And what do you know, I managed to get the narrator's hat. But we never fought him. Ah, fine, whatever, at least I got the worst UGC out of all of them. And that's it. All of the acts have finally been released and beaten. Now my overall rating. My final score from this event, or for this event, from 1 to 10. How much did I enjoy this event's content, from skin crate choices, battle pass levels, active rewards, UGCs, and more? I am unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to see this, giving it a 4.5 out of 10. I just really didn't enjoy too many things about this event. Maybe it's because I'm just not a TDS fanboy and I am not being held at gunpoint by Paradox to basically be a positive bastard about everything in this game. But hey, that's just my perspective on this event. I'll go into more detail about this in the next episode. See you guys all next time, and I'm just gonna go hunt down the person who made UGC RNG. So yeah, see you guys all in about 3 years. Bye bye.